Well, good morning, everybody. Beginning of day 4 on our section hike, and I'm about another 30 minutes or so. I'll be leaving, parking the car in town. My shuttle driver should be there to pick me up, and we're gonna head down to the trail. Now today, I don't know yet what I'm gonna do. It's either gonna be a really short day or a really long day. I'm tempted to do the long day and kind of get this detour out of the way, because then I'll be back on the original Appalachian Trail. But common sense probably tells me I do need to do a short day. So I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I get out there. There is a shelter a couple hours in, which seems kind of like a really short day, maybe 3 hours in. Or there might be a few stealth spots. We'll see how it goes. No point making plans in advance anyway, because things change. So it is about 70 outside, kind of drizzly, rainy out there. Not bad. It's supposed to clear off today, so hopefully it won't be raining too much this morning, and we'll get this day started. Okay, car is parked, and we're going to meet the shuttle driver right outside here. Should be here in a few minutes. Luckily, I left a little early. There was a train stopped across the tracks on the way here, and it took me a while to figure out how to get downtown without going across the railroad tracks. So anyway, good thing I made it here. Good thing I left a little early. He should be here soon. Okay, everybody, we are on trail this morning. The shuttle driver got a little mixed up on exactly where I was coming off trail, and it was hard for me to explain. So we just kind of took a tour of the area. But it took about an hour to get out here, but I'm here, and I'm glad I had planned on being a short day today. Right now it's pretty cool because we're up pretty high in the mountains, and sprinkling rain a little bit, but pretty nice. I don't think I need my rain jacket at this point. We're gonna get down trail and just enjoy the day as it comes. Well, only about a mile in so far for the day. Kind of a nice little ridge top here. Lots of rhododendron and mountain laurel blooming up here. Pretty nice. All the plants along the trail, of course, get you kind of soaking wet because they're all wet from all the rain. So I'll be soaked by the end of the day anyway. But pretty nice right now. I think maybe the worst of the rain is going to be behind us. The sun's starting to poke out a little bit. Warm when you're not along the ridge top. It's actually warming up, or I'm warming up. But beautiful views. Nice and quiet out here. Beautiful day on the trail. Okay, everybody. Just popped out of the woods, and looks like there's a little bit of a road walk. I don't know for how far, maybe quarter mile or something, along this little Forest Service road. And then we'll be back into the woods, and I think we're getting close to actually halfway already for the day, which doesn't seem right. I'm trying to set it up for tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be a long day, and I don't see that there's a lot of places to camp, at least not for sure. And at this shelter coming up, there is going to be water, or a spring rather, and a privy, and bear box, or at least cables possibly to hang food in. So I'll probably do that. We'll see. It's really early to be getting in, but if I go much further, it doesn't set it up good for going into the Thomas Nobbs shelter tomorrow. And then after that, there's a section where you're not allowed to camp because you're up on the Grayson Highlands. So if you go too far, you're just getting in tomorrow early. So we'll see how the day goes. Like I said, no point in really making plans. We'll just take it as it comes today. Okay, we are back on the trail and off the little forest road now. We're only about a mile or so from the shelter up here. They say this is part of the original AT, this section, and for whatever reason they moved the AT back in the 70s. But so kind of interesting. This shelter we're coming up on, they say was built back in the 30s for the Appalachian Trail. So that might be kind of interesting, see what it's like. It's nice out right now. It's cooled off, the air feels drier. I don't know exact elevation. I'd say we're something close to maybe 4,200 or 4,300 feet here. So it is a little cooler, but there's a breeze and it's really nice right now. Well, looks like we've made it to the shelter. Let's check it out here, see what it looks like. Nice grassy area here. Looks like it could have been built in the 30s. So now I need to decide if I want to stay here or head on down. Advantages are there's a privy, there's a spring, kind of a sunny grassy area, and I could probably get by with sleeping in the shelter, not have to set up my tent, which would save me some time in the morning. Advantages of going on is I would take a few miles off the day tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at my map and see, okay? But for now, this is the shelter. Well, everybody, I think I've decided just to stay here tonight. It's about 2 o'clock, which is kind of crazy early to be stopping. But I looked and there's another camp spot down about 9/10 of a mile, but no water or anything, just a wide spot, a place to put some tents. I think there's a picnic table there though, which I don't know if 9/10 would help a whole lot tomorrow. And here I've got a privy and a spring and a shelter and a picnic table. Looks like the next one down is 5.7 miles, which at the rate I'm hiking, that'd be cutting it pretty close to try to get that far. And I think tomorrow, all these miles tomorrow, which I'm planning on doing 8, are going to be rough miles. I think there's a lot of up and down. We're going to end up close to Mount Rogers, which is the highest point in Virginia. In fact, there's a little side trail. We might take that up there and check that out. It's supposed to be kind of cool up there. A bunch of really old pines, like its own ecosystem up there. So I'd like to check that out tomorrow. So anyway, I think tomorrow's gonna be a rough day anyway. I'll just stay here, get a good night's sleep. It's nice and sunny in the open. It really feels good. I'm drying my stuff out on the solar clothes dryer over here on top of the shelter. And if anything else exciting, I'll let you know. I had those horseback riders come through, sat and visited with them for a little bit. That was entertaining. So anyway, if anything else cool happens, I'll be sure to let you know. But I think that's going to be the plan as of right now. So I'll just spend the night here at the Cherry Tree Shelter. Well, everybody, it is about 5 o'clock or so. Probably be the only one here tonight. No one's shown up yet. And usually by 6:30, everybody's in. I think it's going to be maybe just a little bit chilly tonight. I do have, I think, enough gear for it. I kind of prepared for it. And howdy, how you doing? And so I should be fine. But anyway, I'm going to make some dinner and then we'll get ready. Well, everybody, I got dinner all fixed and ready to get the bedding all ready and such. Going to do my bear hang here in a few minutes. Another hiker did show up kind of right when I was filming that last little bit, but he's going to be spending the night here as well. So I guess this is good night for day 4 on our section hike of the Appalachian Trail, and we'll see y'all in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. We are on trail. It's about 10 minutes to 8. Usually takes me a little over an hour to get everything gathered up once I'm up in the morning and eat breakfast. I think it might be kind of a rough day today. We'll see, I guess. With any luck, we'll get to see Mount Rogers a little later today and the Grayson Highlands, which, if you're lucky, also you see some wild ponies out there. So we're going to get down trail. A couple hikers did show up last night at the shelter. One guy's trail named Splinter, the other one is Whack-A-Mole. Super nice guys, enjoyed that. Had a crazy lady show up in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, said she was doing trail maintenance and wanted us to look out for briars. Okay, whatever, takes all kinds, I suppose. Anyway, we're gonna get on down trail here this morning. I'll show you anything cool there is to see along the way. Well, the first 45 minutes of the day was all downhill, and then we crossed a little paved road, and now I'm 4 or 5 miles from Mount Rogers and about 2,000 feet lower. So there'll be a lot of climbing today, but as long as it's not too steep, that's fine. I'm just gonna take my time today. It's a beautiful morning. It's wonderful today, so hopefully it stays that way. Well, we are getting on up trail this morning. Got just a series of switchbacks as we gain elevation today. So far, the grade hasn't been too terrible bad. It's better than just going straight up the mountain. So, yep. On up the trail we go. I'll show you anything cool there is to see along the way. We are about 4 miles in on the day. Hit a kind of a little flat spot here. We needed to come up about 2,000 feet today, and so far we're up about 1,000. Going pretty good so far. My hips not bothering me. My knees and feet are good. I probably shouldn't say anything, but right now it's going pretty good. I think it just took a few days to get my feet and going and everything. But anyway, yeah, nice little stretch through here. Still pretty nice out. Of course, we're up in elevation, which helps the temperature too. But so far, so good. We're just going up the trail here. I think we have about an hour, and we will be back on the AT, where this is still the bypass, and we will be meeting up with the AT here in about an hour. So we'll be sure to check that out when we get there. Very rocky section of trail here as we gain elevation. Pretty rocky, and the rocks are a little bit slick, and there's lots of roots that are also slippery. So you just got to kind of take your time. Can't get much of a hurry through here, but we've got time, so there is no rush. And there's a few little springs along the trail too that are nice if you need water, but they make it kind of wet for walking through. But we're making our way up trail.
going pretty good so far today. Okay, everybody, we are finally off the bypass and on to the actual Appalachian Trail. We have a couple hours or so before we get to our shelter, and before we get there, there's a side trail that runs up Mount Rogers, so I'd like to check that out if we can. So here we go, but we're at least back on the actual Appalachian Trail now and off of the detour. Good to see the white blazes again. I missed you. All right, a little bit of a view here, and I don't know whether that is Mount Rogers over there that we're going to be climbing. It's a lot higher than we are now, so either that's Mount Rogers or Mount Rogers is behind us and taller than that. I'm not sure, but either way, that's a whole lot higher than we are, so we got a lot uphill to go still. Oh, wow. Check out this meadow. This is the beginning of the highlands, I suppose. Oh, wow. Wow. That is beautiful up here. I'd say this is a perfect spot to stop and have some lunch, huh? I see a rock right there with my name on it. I was talking to a gentleman who is familiar with the area, and he said that right there that we were looking at before is White Top Mountain, and that's the highest, that's the second highest peak in Virginia. And then White Mountain is still up behind us, that's taller than that. But yeah, this is gorgeous out here today. Some wild ponies. There's a mama and there's a foal down there too, a little baby one. I don't want to get too close though, because she's got her baby with her. We'll see if we can get a picture of the baby here too in a second. Oh, the mama's coming up this way. Very cool. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. How you doing? Hi there. Licking the salt off my hand. Apparently Mama doesn't care yet. Cool. Boy, this afternoon it has really been rocky, very rocky and steep with lots of stairs. So I'm glad I only planned on going to Thomas Knobb's shelter today because it started off good and I still feel pretty good, but boy, I am getting a little wore out. There's a lot of just a lot of rocks. You can't really take your eye off the trail at all because it's rocks and roots pretty much everywhere. So onward we go. Well, we have made it to the top of Mount Rogers, which is the highest point in Virginia. I think it said it's 5,726 feet. And there's no view from up here, but I guess this is a very old ecosystem up here that's kind of one of a kind, being so secluded and up high. Like I said, there's no great view, but it is kind of a neat area up here anyway. So we're going to get down and get headed into the shelter next. Well, y'all, look what we just did. We've officially done 500 miles of the Appalachian Trail. That is cool. Took me a few years, but I'm at 500 miles. Very cool. I wasn't really expecting that here. Well, everybody, I think I found a good spot to put up camp for the night in a spot called Rhododendron Gap camping area. There is a spring a little bit down the road, or a trail here, and there are bear boxes, and there is a sort of flat grassy area here by this tree. So that's, and the tireder I get, the less picky I am on campsites. So I think that's what we're going to call it good today. Along with going up the mountain, I don't know how many miles, 9 mile day, maybe something like that. It wasn't ridiculously long, but it was pretty rough day. The first part of the day went really smooth. The second part was kind of rough with all the rocks. Plus we came up at least a couple thousand feet. I don't know total how much up and down, but I know from the time we crossed the road this morning, we're to the top of Mount Rogers was at least a couple thousand feet. So a lot of elevation gain today. I'm hoping tomorrow is not so much elevation gain, which I think tomorrow's going to be a fairly easy day, I'm hoping. So anyway, I'll get camp set up and get ready for bed. Well, everybody, been a big day. Like I said, it's about 9.5 miles maybe, but we came up a couple thousand feet in elevation. We got to see the summit of Mount Rogers, which wasn't no great views up there, but it was interesting up there. And we hit the 500 mile mark today, which was made it a red letter day. Everything's pretty well done around the campsite. I got the food cooked and ate, and the bag up and put in the bear box. There are bear boxes here where I'm staying, which is nice. So basically, I'm just going to sit here, kind of plan out the next few days. But so we're going to wrap up day number 5 of our Appalachian Trail section hike. Appreciate y'all joining me, and I hope to see y'all down the trail.